All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakaha Kwadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And welcome to another series of global worldwide events where I go into prophecy that is happening all around the world. And through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, I bring out edification and prophecy through the Holy Scriptures to show you that we are in the end times, living in the last days. You know, the miry clay of the great statue mentioned in um, Daniel the second chapter. Which is the end of the fourth beast, which is the revival of the Roman Empire, and to show you that Yahweh Shai is on his way.
In a little over 2 months since the Israeli-Hamas war broke out in Gaza, authorities say nearly 20,000 Palestinians have already lost their lives. The UN estimates that 1.9 million people of Gaza, 2.4 million residents, have been displaced so far, and a major cost of this war has been paid by children. Scores of them have been killed, injured, and have lost their families. The United Nations says 70% of those dead in the war are women and children. UNICEF spokesperson said every single child in Gaza is enduring hell. He said Gaza is now the worst place to be for a child. Earlier, UN Chief Antonio Guterres had said that Gaza is turning into a graveyard for children. UN Child Rights Committee has said there are no winners in a war where thousands of children are killed. Officials have been raising concern over strikes on Gaza hospitals, which have been sheltering many children. It's not just the war in Gaza where civilians have become collateral damage. However, the scale of devastation in Gaza is unprecedented, not seen in any of the recent conflicts. And according to reports, the number of children killed in the Russia-Ukraine war, which is now nearing its 2-year mark, is 560. This is according to the...
Yeah, and don't believe the hype. They say 560, but it's got to be more than that. I mean, come on. How long have this war been going on between Russia and Ukraine? Anyways,
Children of War website. According to a UN report in Afghanistan, in a time period of 11 years from 2009 to 2020, around 8,099 children were killed.
and again, whenever they give you a number, you have to multiply that by at least times 3 or 4. You really get the true number. See, the reason why they won't give you the true number as to how many of these people are actually dying is because they don't want to spark panic. They don't want, you know, they don't, they don't want a panic to go out, because they know that people will get up, people will rebel, people will protest. There will be controversy everywhere.
According to UNICEF in Yemen, in over 7 years since 2015, 3,774 children have been killed.
Okay. And just real quick, because they like to proclaim that these children are innocent, but what does it say in the book of Job, 4 verse 6? Let's get that real quick. Okay. So this is the book of Job, chapter 4 verse 7, excuse me. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were their righteous cut off? So these children who have all perished from these wars, they were not innocent, okay? The scriptures tell you that what is that, Second Corinthians? Let's get that real quick. We must all appear before the judgment seat of Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, that everyone may receive the things done in his body, whether if it be good or bad. So these children who are catching hell and dying from these wars, yeah, I mean, what's happening to them is a terrible thing, but it's also judgment. Now, the reason why these people don't understand why it's judgment from the Heavenly Father upon these children is because, well, like the scriptures say, evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek the Lord understand all things. 2 Corinthians 5 verse 10, right? It says, for we must all appear before the judgment seat of Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, that everyone, okay, nobody is exempt from judgment, not you heathens, not any of us Israelites, okay, that everyone may receive the things done in his body according to that he have done, whether it be good or bad. Okay.
As per the Syrian Human Rights Network in Syria, from the start of the war in 2011 to March this year, 30,000 children have been killed. In Iraq, from 2008 to the end of 2022, 3,119 children were killed, as reported by UNICEF. Over 7,000 children are already dead in the Gaza war in a time period of just 2 months. They are living under the constant fear of shelling. They are away from education and are only looking for means to survive while the future of Gaza remains unclear. These children are the ones paying the heaviest price.
And we also got to remember that back in the ancient world, when the Lord allowed these heathens to have rule over us, remember that our children was also killed off. Okay. And a matter of fact, the scriptures tell you that there was a great cry that went out from Israel. Okay. There was a great cry that went out from Israel. Okay. And a part of that great cry was what? The death of parents, the death of cousins, friends, loved ones, but especially children. So think of all those, all of our, back in the past, think of all of our Israelite children who died by the hands of these heathens as a product of them invading our country and going war against our nation. So again, all these children who's catching hell that the Most High, the Heavenly Father, is putting to death is really judgment. Okay, the Lord is executing His judgment for what they did to our children. Now, don't get me wrong. Not every child in Gaza that's dying is a heathen. Remember, you got Israelites living amongst these heathens. So it could also be the Lord executing judgment upon these Israelite children that look like the heathen. Okay, because remember, your nationality is based on who your father is. Okay, so if your father's lineage on your father's side go back to a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native Indian, you are an Israelite regardless of what you look like, because the man carries the seed. Because you're okay, your body was made from your father's semen. Okay, Keep that in mind as well. Let's go to the book of Proverbs. Okay. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. You see, but this is what happens when the wicked is in authority. When the wicked have rulership over the whole face of the earth, what do you get? You get unrighteous decrees, you get draconian measures, you get unrighteous laws, okay? And ultimately, you get wars, wars that impact not only, you know, the people of a region, but the entire country, okay? You get wars, you get chaos, you get protests, you get controversies, and above all, you get mournings. Mourning, okay? Mournings, mornings. Okay, Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Okay, which proves that those people in the land of Israel are not the true chosen people of the Most High. Because in Isaiah, the second chapter, let's get that real quick, it tells you that when the true people of the Heavenly Father return back to that land, there ain't going to be any more wars. Okay, there ain't going to be any more wars or you know men ain't going to learn war anymore. Okay, Isaiah chapter 2 verse 4. And he is I believe Yahweh. Okay, and he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Now, a sword and a pruning hook are weapons of warfare. So what it's saying here is that when the kingdom of heaven is established, or even before then, because you heathens are going to be in slavery, so you ain't gonna have time to make declaration for war and any no, you all gonna be in chains and shackles. But even after the kingdom of heaven is established, after 1,000 years, the Edomites are going to be exterminated from out the face of the earth, according to Obadiah 1 and 10. Okay, and you heathens, you other heathens, you're gonna get your land back. Okay, and there ain't gonna be any more bombs and no more guns and none of that shit, man. Okay, ain't gonna be no more nations going to war with each other. Okay, so they're gonna beat their weapons into plowshares and their spears and their pruning hooks. Well, I mean, yeah, spears and swords are weapons of warfare, but plowshares and pruning hooks are agricultural tools. Which is what you use to plow the land in order to bring forth life. So it says, nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. So is there still wars going on? Yeah. And as a result, what's happening? Children catching hell, getting put to death, being judged. And this is what happens when the wicked is in rulership. So Proverbs 29 and 2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Is the righteous in authority? No, because the righteous are who? The Israelites, which are the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indians. They're not in authority. And that's why you got wars, mourning, chaos, and mayhem happening all over the damn planet. But when the wicked bear rule, what happens? The people mourn. Who's the wicked? Malachi 1 and 4 tells you who the wicked is. Excuse me. Malachi chapter 1, verse 4. Okay. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh, the Lord of hosts. Okay. They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. So who's the wicked? Edom is, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. So the Edom is in authority right now. Okay. And who's Edom? That's Esau. Okay. In the book of Genesis, the 27th chapter, Esau was told that he will have the fatness of the earth. Okay. And what do we see? We see the Edomites who have full control over the earth. And that's starting with the so-called elites who control the earth through their monetary banking system, trickling down to the rest of their nation of people, especially the ones in the land of Israel claiming to be, you know, Jewish, and they are not, but they are the synagogue of Satan, like it says in Revelation 2 and 9. Okay. They are also Edomites, descendants of Esau, those people in the land of Israel, those small hats. They come from the land of Esau too, you know, and they're the ones who control Hollywood. They control the sports industry. They control the gaming industry. They pretty much own all of your corporations. They control the mainstream media. They own everything. Okay. All these jewelry shops, these different banks, they own it all. These are the ones who have control over the whole earth. So with that, I'm going to say, Shalom is on to the next.